Hello and welcome to Oh the Horror. I'm Fedora, and here's a special request review for all of my vegetarian fans out there. A 2007 killer clown slasher movie with extra cheese. Drive-Thru.
So this movie starts with the Have My Babies black women guy and his posse pulling up at a drive-thru of Hella Burger, which is kind of like McDonald's, only if they didn't have to hide the fact that they hate their lives.
Can I fuck your whore, wigger?
No, what the fuck you just say?
You wanna die, bitch?
I will not stand for this kind of treatment, sir. I'm gonna take my business to KFC.
Don't call me bitch! Don't fucking call me!
So one of the thugs breaks into the restaurant to file an official complaint with the manager, but he's quickly jumped by our villain for this movie, and it's a killer ordering box.
Oh, that's great. That means every time you want to get murdered, you gotta wait in a huge 10-car line and then get really close up to scream so it can hear you.
And is he gonna make fast food related puns every 17 seconds? Haha, well, would you like dies with that?
You want fries with that?
My dad's rich, he'll give you whatever you want!
Sorry, homie. That just ain't gonna happen.
And from the looks of things, this movie is going in the same way as Always Know What You Did Last Summer and a few others I've reviewed, by apparently trying to push some kind of indie band. Shame this bleeding bag they keep putting over my head isn't soundproof. Wait, the costume designer is actually named Burger? Well, I guess we know the reason this thing looks so fucking stupid now. They didn't choose the designer because of his skill, it was for this reason alone. So this is our heroine for the movie, Mackenzie, and her boyfriend Fisher, played by Nick D'Augusto, who some may recognise as Harvey Dent from the Gotham TV show. Damn it. And they've already wasted the death by oil fryer kill already. I could have made a damn good Two-Face origin joke with that. So this being a teen slasher, what's the first thing our heroes bring up?
Wait till this weekend when I'm 18. I can vote, go to war, and you won't go to jail.
Have you seen your ass?
No, and thanks to this new information, I would rather not.
The party ends prematurely when the police show up, which really bums our heroes out, but it's nothing a little Toki can't fix. Remember your Chang pills, guys. I'm not dragging your ass out of the jaws of killer underwear again. Ooh, and here's an even better cliche. They bust out a Ouija board next.
I saw one of these in The Exorcist. Linda Blair used it, right before she diddled herself with a crucifix.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
Yuck, dude! That is so disgusting! They would have to throw the bed out!
But the spirits are silent this night, it seems, so everyone decides to just go home, leaving our heroes all alone.
So what were you gonna ask it?
To predict the future. But I already know you're gonna abandon me when we graduate. And I'll die. Fat. Alone. And Republican.
So she grows up to become Melania Trump? Suddenly the Ouija board goes berserk and spells out a Californian license plate? Stop making references to better movies? No, it, I guess, is telling them about the girlfriends of the two MCs that Krusty the Clown killed at the beginning of the film, who are the next ones to be butchered. Were they just sitting in the car the whole time? And it happens without a single pun or food-related killing method.
Bullshit! Either you slice somebody's head in half with a spatula and flip their brain over a grill, or I'm walking, goddammit!
Judging by what I've seen in some of my earlier reviews, I'm guessing we can have full faith in the ability of this town's police department.
Calcium chloride ions build up, break down the prints on the paint faster.
Yeah, I saw that episode of CSI too, Dwayne.
This year, Chris Farley replaces Kevin James in Paul Blart 3, Not So Happy Meal. Back with our heroes the next morning, we get to see an advertisement for Hella Burger.
True, Pony is strong again.
Jack Benjamin here. Try my new Hella Monster Chili Burger. It's one hella burger.
Yawn. If I want horror movie feeling fast food commercials, I'll stick with Japanese McDonald's, thank you.
And then there's a news report about the murders and the fact that all the bodies seem to have gone missing. Uh-oh. Missing corpses in a movie about an evil fast food chain?
Why does this burger taste funny? Oh, that's why, it's got my friend Dave in it. He was always such a kidder.
The teens decide to keep the Ouija board and everything else that's happened a secret, and of course get back to the important subjects.
Since Mac is turning 18 this weekend, will I finally get to tap that barely legal ass?
But even more important than that, Mackenzie, it seems, is now being stalked by whatever ghost was summoned from the Ouija board, which seems to be the clown, and it's now targeting her friends. So, what exactly is the connection between an old Ouija board your hippie parents owned in the 60s and demonic fast food mascots?
Turns out the twist ending, the board was actually printed on delicious flattened prime beef.
Okay, time for some red herrings. Now, the restaurant owner from the commercial is one, and now we have Gums the janitor here. Personally, I would love to meet whoever does the hiring in these horror movie schools, where they take one look at these people and say, yep, you've got the job, just have the I touch children tattoo removed from your forehead, and you're good to start Monday. He returns a missing camera to her, where there are no doubt 17 rolls of photo film, all of them cockshots. Oh, I know how this scene ends. Too bad for you I didn't see Ernie Hudson in the opening credits. No, instead she finds photos of the murder victims. Yep, just hang those up to dry too. They'll look great in the yearbook. And what does all this, plus an impossible photo of her back at this very second, get from our heroine?
Oh my god.
Behold the face of utter terror.
Okay, it seems a little too easy a shot attacking the acting in a movie like this, so let's go back at laughing at the clown and whatever MMO he ripped that axe out of. He chases Mackenzie into the school gym, where her drummer friend is tied up with a magic-powered microwave on her head. Oh, no time to question that. Back to running.
No one can help you. You're my girl now. And I'm horny!
Oh yeah, didn't I mention that? His name is actually Horny the Clown.
Probably why he lost his previous job doing birthday parties.
Oh damn it, I hate when commercials come on during a movie.
It's time to double your pleasure. Get 2 orders of my XXX hella hot wings for the price of 1.
Well, I'm loving it.
Mackenzie's eventually brought to the police station, who believe that the creepy janitor, who Mac found before the police arrived, is Horny the Clown, and close the case despite our heroine's protests. But they do pay a visit to the owner of Hella Burger, Jack Benjamin, who, during the conversation, mentions his son Archie, who was the original Horny the Clown, but has since died. Oh, and here I was convinced that Horny was actually zombie Ben Willis. Back with Mackenzie, and she's a day away from being old enough to bang her boyfriend legally, thus completing his point in the movie, because that is literally the only thing he has talked about. And hell, they're not even acting like this is an emotionally vulnerable situation, it's just like, hey, our friends were brutally murdered, let's fuck to celebrate. And then this happens. Yeah, haha, double meaning and all. But this isn't actually the only piece of random Republican Party or Bush administration mention. It's littered pretty heavily throughout the movie, good or ill, and I cannot for the life of me work out why. Meanwhile, Mackenzie is described often as a pretty hardcore Democrat.
Writing one of your famous left-wing, radical, anti-establishment articles for the paper, are you?
But if you think about it, it's actually quite significant to the last election. I mean, look at it this way. The Democrat is a female whose partner is constantly thinking about sex, and she's willing to commit crimes, in this case, underage sex. Her opponent is a sexist, red-haired, fake-haired clown, and he's also the face of a major corporation. Coincidence?
Anyway, enough with boring politics. It's time for the school's graduation fair, where I think they just wanted to show Mr. Burger also made an Elvira costume as well. And at some point between them working the ghost house and this cherry pie being murdered, Fisher gets kidnapped and tied to a chair by Horny.
And this is how I make my secret sauce, do you see?
Mackenzie and her guitarist Starfire go looking for him, and immediately find him. Whew, that was tense.
Mackenzie, will you please talk to me? Are you ever planning to tell the police that the parents of all the victims are your old buddies?
Wait, what?
Mother, it's a very definite pattern. That's what it's got to do with everything.
Wait, what?
Was this a thing? I don't remember this being a thing until now. A sudden Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff having all the parents of the victims having a secret hand in this?
Let me guess, Benjamin Jr. gave you all raw chicken nuggets, so you burnt down his restaurant in revenge?
True to this sudden revelation, the next victims are a group of Harvard-educated motherfuckers who are the kids of some more of her old high school friends, and they're stoned as hell in a Helleberger play zone. Dude. And this gruesome murder pretty much confirms Mac's accusations, and look how happy that makes her. We're supposed to want her to live, right? So Mum finally tells her story.
When I was young, I did something terrible.
Mother, this really isn't the time to reminisce on your old Pornhub days. Yeah, it's about as checkbox as you can get. Her mum's friends used to bully the socially awkward Archie Benjamin. They accidentally caused his death only for him to come back for revenge. Jeez, the amount of times I've talked about ghosts rising up for revenge on this show, it's getting to the point where nobody can murder anyone anymore. The remaining teens meet up at Jack Benjamin's mansion to see if he knows who's horny. But while they're snooping around, it ticks over to midnight, meaning Mac is now 18.
This is what he's been waiting for. My mother killed him on his 18th birthday, and he's gonna kill me on mine.
He can't! We haven't even had our first legal bonk yet! Horny suddenly appears and knocks the two out. And Mac wakes up with her cheery birthday spread and all of her friends ready to celebrate it with her.
Surprise!
When you die alone, no one can hear you scream.
Well, yeah, I guess. Just before Horny can finish her, though, Mum appears and distracts him with a bullet to the face, and Mac finishes him off with a whiskey fire, which somehow doesn't touch her despite being drenched in gasoline.
Fast food kills, fucker.
But not as quickly as bullets and fire. Don't pretend this had anything to do with fast food. And so, after the police arrive and Archie's body goes missing, of course, Mackenzie arrives at the hospital to meet with Fisher, who has somehow been there for hours despite them being together. But she finds he's gone missing because, for some fucking reason, Archie can now possess people, and this movie ends with him going and killing that fat cop.
Don't look at me, I don't fucking know. I just thought this was a cannibalism movie. Well, that was Drive-Thru.
Nothing special to report here. This was a by-the-book slasher with all the tropes covered. Virgin hero, for most of it anyway. Town secret, smart-ass villain, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, useless law enforcement. The only thing that stands out for me is all the weird Republican propaganda shoved in randomly, and the fact that despite being a fast food mascot, only Horny's very first kill of the movie has anything to do with fast food. The rest of he just kills with an axe. So, what was the point? In the end though, it knows it's a stupid movie and it doesn't try to be anything else, so I can give it a pass on that, I guess.
And that's all from me for tonight, so, I'm Fedora, this is Oh the Horror, save a scream for me, and we'll see you next time.
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Say that again.
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, onions, pickles, onions on a
McDonald's Big Mac, the big sandwich with the great big taste that everybody's talking about.
sesame seed bun, and we forgot the onions.
Yes, it did.